Yeah. Hello, it's Ryan Jacobs here. Hello. No, it's not me. Look, I am. Yeah, it's not me. I'm shouting. Look, maybe. Hello, 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 hello. See, yeah, it's all on. Ah! Do, 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 do. Okay. Can your laptop hack it? Yeah. Hello, my name's Ryan Jacobs. This is. Hello. Ah! It might be it. Ryan. Pull it away. It's definitely not. Hello. This here. No, that's you. Oh, no, yeah, that's you. No, when we're talking, it's still picking up. Mine's nowhere near. So, is it live now? What I'll do, I'll just swap it around. Oh, you're one, and I'm changing it. Okay. Oh, that's fucking frozen again. Ah. I haven't put it on yet. Good afternoon, everybody. Yep. Meet me and then. Hello, this is Ryan Jacobs. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'll see how much of a delay it
Good
is.
afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Tarmac Silverland Stadiums.
Yeah,
Is it fine?
yeah,
Just test yours.
yeah. It's fine.
Just do it.
Yeah, I've heard
My
you.
name's
You're
Ryan.
fine.
Just do it. Just.
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, it's just fine. Yeah. So bear in mind it'll be a bit of a delay back. About 5 minutes, if that. 5 minutes. You can turn it off. It won't sync up. I can stop it and start it again if you want. That'd be no. Yeah, well we started today probably about 3.5 minutes ago.
Right, do you want to mute us since we're still live? Do you want to mute us?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome along to the Tarmac Silverland Stadium. My name is Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Ryan Jacobs. Ryan, really is a 6-pointer feeling today in Derbyshire. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Well, I think nervous is probably the right word to describe it, Pete. It's massive implications for the table. Playoffs, massive for both sides. You know, we could go down, drop out the playoffs today if we lose, but we can contain our place in the playoffs with a win today. It is absolutely massive for Magpies.
Yeah, and obviously we've got to focus on ourselves, focus on this game here at Buxton. There are a lot of other games going on elsewhere in the National League North today. A lot of teams in and around that pack that are playing against each other. Teams that, surely be hoping that will let slip, but more importantly, the job in hand is right here, right now, in Derbyshire, where Andy Priest has made one change, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting lineup. Billy Whitehouse coming in for Tom Carr. You know, Carr's been brilliant this season. He's been him and Cole Hall had that brilliant partnership. I wonder if that might be the thought process from Andy Priest, maybe in the second half to bring him on and maybe change the game. But we've seen Billy this season; he's probably deserves to start more. Every time he's come on, he's had a real good impact. So I can't wait to see what Whitehouse can do from the start today.
Yeah, and I think maybe, a lot's been talked about the surface here, obviously being an artificial one, and maybe, you can see good, strong, Chorley contingent behind the opposite side of the, to ourselves on the far side and on the main area. Plenty of them just turning up in their droves. Jeff, good to have you here, Mr. JC, our commercial director. Hope you enjoyed your breakfast, Jeff. Yeah, we've got Jamie Vermiglio, just a couple of rows in front of us here. A few shakes of the hand as so but set both teams. Here they come, led out by the referee, Alexander Beckett. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome along to the Tarmac Silverland Stadium. My name is Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Ryan Jacobs. It's Buxton against Chorley, a playoff game in wait in terms of getting into the playoffs, cementing themselves into the playoffs. Ryan, we've talked a lot this season about games being thrillers or not being thrillers. This one's got all the ingredients to be an entertaining one.
Yeah, it certainly will. And they'll be looking for revenge here, Buxton, after the 3-0 defeat, which Chorley handed to them at the Grand Store Victory Park Stadium. It'll be a fascinating battle out here. I think they'll definitely would have learned from the set pieces that we were able to score against them. But again, it will be an interesting battle. They've been in good form coming into this one, only one loss. So they'll be feeling confident heading into this one.
Well, we have to talk about it on the reverse fixture with 3 goals, 3 set pieces. Mark Ellis, I remember your commentary that day was quite a joy to behold in truth, where Mark Ellis met on the end of a Adam Blakeman corner, and it was just, you could see we were right behind it that day. It was absolutely written in the stars, right in there. And also, just mentioned by the really, really loud PA announcer near to us, that True Grant's in goal, the son of Lee Grant. He made quite a few errors on that day, but had a few injuries, and he retains his place against the Magpies this afternoon. And like I say, our record at home against Buxton's been okay, but on the road, not so great.
Yeah, well, we could do on a technicality here, Pete. We've been here already this season against Farsley Celtic, and we scraped a 1-0 win. Hopefully, we can have that little bit of magic this time around, get that win against a very good Buxton team. They're organised, and, they use this artificial surface. So, again, it will just be a different kind of game for Chorley, who are used to playing on the home pitch, normal grass, which is a much better feeling. But again, it'll be interesting as well. And I remember it was Danny Ormerod that got the goal?
Danny Ormerod, yeah, against Farsley Celtic, in a game that was tough. It was really hard to break down Farsley, and Chorley really struggled. And the preparation for that game was horrendous. Thankfully, though, preparation for this one's been good. Obviously, we come into off the back of a goalless draw against Marine, and Andy Priest will be looking to turn that 1 point into 3. And I suppose more momentum the better at the moment in terms of Monday's game against Radcliffe, where Jeff will tell you in the comments just how important a big crowd will be for that one on Easter Monday. And Andy Priest has said an awful lot this season how much of a difference the fans make, and you can see the effort behind there today. Ryan, they've come in their numbers, and they did last season when we came here, to be fair, against Buxton, and hopefully from a Chorley point of view, be looking to get all 3, or at least you've got to come away with the game with something, haven't you?
Yeah, the fans deserve a good reward here. Hopefully, the players can reward them with 3 points, because No easy trip getting out here to Buxton. Again, we saw them travelling past when we were on the bus, didn't we, Pete? They're all in the pub having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's good to see them. They've all turned up with their flags, singing their songs. So hopefully the Magpies can be out from the first whistle and really get a big 3 points, because that would maybe ease a little bit of pressure come Monday. Although,
Yeah.
again, that's not an easy game against Radcliffe.
Ooh. We are often running here, incidentally, by the way. Cole Hall just being caught early doors by Kieran Burton, who was also booked in the reverse fixture, as was, I think, the entirety of the Buxton back four. So one to keep an eye on, I think, in that game. Buxton, a very technical side. They like to play the ball short. They like to be creative. They like to attack. On that game earlier in the season, they just never really got going. Whether they'll be a different kind of test this afternoon on their own, a more familiar surface remains to be seen. But surely they'll just be looking to settle into the game nicely. Incidentally, I mentioned for Cole Hall this afternoon, his dad, Roger, who normally listens into the commentary, is actually at the game today with Cole's mum and Cole's partner. So hopefully, having come all the way from Bermuda, not necessarily specifically for the game, but hopefully Cole maybe get a goal and go home with something to celebrate. As just an opportunity, and referee
It's a bit of a wrestling
Alexander
match there, wasn't
Beckett
it?
maybe setting out his stall early doors, a minute and a half into the game. He gives a free kick against, I think it was against Cole Hall, and Warren Clark was nearly through there, and an early opportunity instantly as well. One other former Chorley player in the Buxton team, in Josh Papula. True Grant just put under quite a bit of pressure there. He's giving the ball away. Chorley looking to start strongly here, Ryan.
Yes. Got to say though, it's a great turnout from both sets of fans today. I remember when we came here for Farsley. Obviously, Farsley had to be moved. It's not a great situation there, and it's good to see a stadium all filled up. But it's good to hear the Chorley fans from the first whistle now, creating a good atmosphere. They've taken out a large portion of that side, haven't they? It's good to see the Magpies all turning up here today. But Blakeman now's got this free kick on the halfway line. And he's going to probably deliver this to the back post. You can see Ellis lining up, and they'll definitely have done their homework on him this time.
Yep, and it comes from Blakeman just inside of the Buxton half. It's up, headed away by Burton, and it looks like Warren Clark is just going to get on the end of it. He hooks it up in the air. George Horbury left untested, and Cole Hall and tries to get the ball down. And maybe now a chance for Buxton on the counter. That Luke Brennan versus Adam Henley, and
it's a nasty challenge that, Pete. He's kicked him, and this could be a naughty one. He's completely taken Adam Henley out there. Nowhere near the ball. This could be a really serious decision that the referee's got to make here early doors.
It's interesting, the referee, Alexander Beckett, telling Matt Irwin and telling the Buxton players to go away. You've got Buxton supporters claiming that Henley was at fault, and the Chorley contingent claiming that Brennan was at fault. It was, I suppose, in a way, a 50-50 of sorts, but Brennan, he didn't do himself any favours with how he left his feet. Great to have you with us, Daniel, all the way from Scotland.
I've got to say, though, Pete, when a player who does the tackle stays down and pretends, I think he is most likely here, we can't say for sure, pretending to be hurt, usually they know they're in a little bit of trouble here, and they're trying to get a bit of sympathy from the ref.
Well, he's completely flat to the floor, isn't he, Brennan? He almost looks like he's... So Adam Henley back up on his feet, which is great to see. Hopefully he'll be okay to continue. And you can just see Mark Ellis very disgruntled at the moment. Mark Ellis shaking his head in terms of perhaps a lack of a decision at the moment. Just looking over at the dugout on our near side, Andy Priest. I think just having a word with the assistant referee, asking the question as to what exactly is going on.
I think Ellis signalled that it was going to be a throw-in, Pete.
Yeah, I think obviously the linesman had his flag pointing towards Buxton's throw, which Kieran Burton has the ball in his arms. But as things stand, no booking for either player, no free kick for either player, and as you were, play continues. It looks to be that way with 4.5 minutes on the clock.
I've got to say, Pete, you would have thought at the bare minimum it would have been a Chorley free kick.
He's just telling Adam Henley to leave the field of play, as is Brennan. But he is going to allow play to continue with both teams as it was. And a throw for Buxton, it's taken by Burton and back to Ethan Mann. So it looked like there was a decision to be made, but referee Alexander Beckett has let it go and said, playing as you see fit, maybe a sign of things to come, Ryan.
Yeah, maybe he just knows the implications of today's game as well. He doesn't want to probably be forced into such an early decision. We're only 5 minutes into this game, so again, it's an interesting decision. It's definitely a foul. That was the thing. I think Buxton fans could even agree with me on that one. He was taken out, Adam Henley, and at the bare minimum, it was a Chorley foul. I think a yellow card would have been the right decision.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think he
I think
deserved the
maybe
red
the
card.
referee didn't have the best of angles of it. We've
Mm.
got the prime view, haven't we? Really, from where we're up here, pretty much on halfway, the back of the stand. So we've got the best probably seat in the house to be able to get a look at that. Maybe the referee was blindsided by it, but either way, play continues. Goalless here at the Tarmac Silverlands. Neither side really had a foot on the game just yet. As Brennan now back on the ball, back down the left-hand side, and Henley's there, Horbury's there, looking to come away. Play goes down inside the box. Really under a challenge. Good play from Joe Nolan here, Ryan.
Yeah, he's just been fouled as well.
Yeah, really good play that from Joe Nolan. He almost a bit of a risk reward, I suppose, in that situation where he looks like he's going to try and take on the man and he wins the foul, but he's got to be doing it right, because if he does give the ball away there, Buxton have got a clear route to goal. So maybe part of the plan for Andy Preeth's side is to sort of try and build the frustration. You know, no disrespect to Buxton, but relative to what their crowds normally are, it looks like they have got a good backing, a good following today compared to what they would normally get. And, you know, their supporters will want something from the players. And if Chorley can sort of upset the apple cart, then it's the job done. As again, now Buxton looking to counter away quickly. On the right-hand side. Cross comes in, but half cleared away.
I think I remember Ollie Ewig from the last game. He got a yellow card quite early doors.
Yeah, I think he came on Ewing off the bench. The former Wales Youth International, looked quite lively. But you know, the likes of Johnny Johnson, Ollie Ewing, Luke Brennan, Tommy Elliott, Connor Kirby, all very fluid players, very creative players, like to interchange the play. And surely just gonna have to be disciplined. Options like that where he finds the pocket space in midfield, and Ellis has to make a sliding challenge to deny Brennan the route to goal. And after Chorley started on the front foot, Buxton have looked to settle and keep the possession of the ball. And interesting to see Burton occupying that left back spot at the moment. He played centre half in the previous tie, and Mark Ellis just claiming that it was a Chorley throw rather than a Buxton one, but the referee says Buxton throw, and just over 8 minutes gone here, and it's goalless at the Tarmac Silverland Stadium. Keep you updated on goals elsewhere in National League North. All of the games at this moment in time remain goalless.
And I've got to say, Pete, it is interesting to see Burton playing at left back at the minute. He was playing centrally, wasn't he, when they came to Chorley, and he was quite a good centre half. So it's interesting to see this decision. He does have a very good left foot on him.
How do you say that, though? I mean, be honest with you, I wasn't particularly impressed with how he performed in the reverse fixture. I thought he was very clumsy, and I think he could have had a yellow card about 4 times over. He did get one at the end, but hopefully that's not the commentator's curse. Great touch from Warren Clark, breaking away on just before halfway, and Dermy Lusala just catches Warren, who, see, one is formerly of Buxton, as well as George Horbury, who spent a bit of time on loan with the Bucks before eventually coming to the Magpies on loan before making the move permanent. So, bit of history between those two, as Blakeman's going to take the set piece inside the Chorley half. Mark Ellis being pulled quite clearly by the number 6, Bobby Faulkner, as Blakeman lofts it in. It's towards the box, headed up in the air. Second time basket, headed up again. Horbury battling away onto the edge of the box. Blakeman there, as well as Calverley, and Buxton scramble it clear. And this is where they look dangerous, isn't it? This breaking opportunity where Warren Clark's under the cosh a little bit. Blakeman's there, though, to defend it. And Chorley, the counter was coming quickly there. And I think that's probably a product of how Buxton are trying to play. And I think that, what we've just seen there, Ryan, in terms of the foul from Faulkner on Hallway, is a complete carbon copy of what was happening all the time in the reverse fixture.
Yeah, that was really interesting defending there from Bobby Faulkner. He's just wrestled Cole Hall to the ground, but he's immediately shouted at his one of his midfield players, and he's just gone over to him and absolutely gone ballistic. And
Well,
Blakeman
Gone
tried
for
to catch
goal.
out
Ugh.
True Grant there. That was an interesting decision, but again, it hit the side net. Not too bad of an effort there from Blakeman. But again, like you mentioned though, P, has been very similar to the start of the reverse fixture at Chorley. And again, the break, the high press here from Chorley. Whitehouse looking to work hard
Good
and win
pressing
the ball
from
back.
Billy, and then here comes George Horbury. Good physicality from George, shown there on Ollie Ewing.
That's a crunching tackle there
Oh,
from Connor Kirby as well on Mike Calverley. The referee has got a big decision to make.
straight away goes in for the yellow card on 11 minutes.
I think the yellow card was for somebody else. Kirby got away with it. It was the tackle before
Let's have a look.
Calverley.
See if we can get eyes and ears. He's already given one yellow, now he's going to give another one.
Yeah, I think Kirby will be going into the book if he is going to.
Or is he giving him? Has he just booked him there?
Wow, no. So it wasn't Kirby who's gone into the book. It's someone else.
But really, piercing challenge. It still looked like it being left up.
It was a tackle on Horbury from the player. Not too sure who that was. But then Kirby came in with an absolute monster tackle.
Good head up from Calverley, finds Mark Ellis. Hopefully, no. And after a goal kick, I think Mark Ellis onto shore. I think was hopeful that it would be given as a corner, but not this time.
It was a scissor challenge, is what you would describe it as, wasn't it? On Mike Calverley, it was George Horbury got the original foul and won it. And again, the Chorley players surrounding the referee asking the question, why is that not a foul also? But because I think he blew the whistle when the action happened, he must have got away with it. But again, it's just interesting decisions being put about here early doors.
Yeah, Elliott, it was. Tommy Elliott was booked for the foul. So, had a few flashpoints already, and this is a game where you imagine it will have an element of, I suppose, caginess to it, as do, we have to talk about those playoff games. We think about the game against Curzon last season, we think about the game against Brackley that was only separated by one, and this is a game where both teams will feel like they can't afford to lose. It could play there from Whitehouse to win the ball back and beat Brennan and Burton. Calverley.
Bit of miscommunication on that pass there, unfortunately. Henley making a run, and then Cole Hall was too far forward, and it's just gone out for a Buxton throw. Good position that for Chorley as well. This could have formed a nice move.
First goal of the day's gone in for the National League North. If you're doing a soccer Saturday challenge, well, good luck to you, because you've got to go to Darlington. They've taken the lead against South Shields. Elsewhere, all other games remain goalless, but Darlington are probably a result they feel that they need to win as well if they're going to have any chance of, I suppose, they need a lot of results to go their way if they're to get anywhere near the playoffs. They're 66 points at the moment and 4 points off. And again, Buxton giving the ball away here, and Warren Clark's got room to run into down this left-hand side. And comes the cross. Oh, and it was George Horbury was there. Had to make the header to clear the ball away. Henley crosses a second time of asking. It's half cleared away and ends up going back to front to back, and the ball's now into the hands of Matt Irwin after a header from Scott Wilson. But that was better from Chorley. A really good run down the left-hand side from Warren Clark, and the header had to be made by the Buxton defender, because otherwise George Horbury had a clear effort on goal to be had.
Yeah, it was a really important header from Ethan Mann. He got in the right position, got a really important flick on header. It's just lifted it over. Now Matt Irwin's got a bit of work to do after Scott Wilson played it back, and it's a nice kick, but it's gone
absolutely
all the way.
Thumped that Matty Irwin, and I think it was
Grant comfortably claims. But you mentioned the pitch earlier, Pete, about the surface playing into their favour. So far early on, they've been a bit
ragged, a bit rough around the edges, maybe we could say. I think, to be fair, they maybe, dare I say, trying to force the issue a little bit too much. Obviously, it's still early doors. They're trying to make the mark on the game, but there's been a few little where they may be just overcomplicating things a little bit.
Yeah. They're trying to play this nice football on the floor, which is definitely can work on a surface like this, but you've got to have the players to be able to do it. You've seen a bit of a wrestling match here
Clear
with
foul
Whitehouse
there on Whitehouse, not given. Looked clear as day for me, that, Ryan, to be honest with you, but nothing given. Andy Priest and Chris Anderson just voicing their frustration there towards the linesman and the referee, as again looked like it was a Chorley throw, but given the other way.
A lot of these 50-50 decisions just really aren't going in Chorley's favour so far. Whitehouse, an important tackle. Referee's going to blow the whistle for winning the ball.
No.
Unbelievable.
Oh. I just heard somebody shout that he was reckless. I don't think there was anything reckless about it. He goes in with a sliding challenge. His feet are down.
He's won the ball. The only reason why the ball went that way is because the two players collided with the. It was an impact of the two players colliding with the ball.
So that was an interesting one. Another one given as the foul count continues to rise here at the Tarmac Silverland Stadium. Goalless at the moment, 17 minutes on the clock, and Buxton have got their first set-piece opportunity from a free kick, and have completely got that one wrong.
Yeah. A bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, Brennan's rolled it out to himself via Ewing, and then almost gone to go it a second time. Joe Nolan's then nipped in for it, and
it got blocked.
Then eventually, after not giving anything, the referee finally does give the decision in Chorley's favour. So,
I'm not sure if Beckett, the referee Alexander Beckett, just seems a little bit nervous potentially in this game. It just seems like he's just trying to process the decisions a lot longer, maybe.
Just a bit of delay up, I suppose you could
Yeah.
say. Cole Hall battling away with Burton. Brennan's got it down the left. It's a good little jink inside from him. Cole Hall trying to get on the end of it, but he can't.
It's just a big game for both teams, so the referee will feel that pressure a lot more than probably a normal game where there's not much implication on it. He's got to make the decision right.
A big goal at the top of the table as well at the moment. Scunthorpe United a goal down away at Kings Lynn Town, and that's huge for Kings Lynn and their playoff hopes as things stand, and also a huge one in terms of Scunthorpe's title-winning prospects. If Scunthorpe don't get all 3 points there, and of course Kidderminster away at Rush All Olympic this afternoon, Brackley at home against Oxford City, 2 games on paper where you think they should win. So early pressure on Andy Butler's side to get back into that one.
You just got to see which teams can handle this pressure the most.
Good play from Whitehouse there to beat the ball away from Burton, and Burton now voicing his frustration. It's becoming very physical early doors, isn't it? Cole Hall done brilliantly there to win the ball away. Puts the ball in towards the box, and Whitehouse digs it out towards Calverley, who, quick as he is, Mike, not quick enough for that one. But again, I feel like Chorley have been the more composed of the two sides. That's a great ball over from Blakeman, finds Cole Hall in the box. He's isolated. He's got 2 Buxton players around him. He's going to hold the ball up inside by the corner. Good play this from Cole Hall. On the left, finds Horbury. Inside. Pocket of space for Whitehouse if he can find it. Goes to Blakeman. He's there. Dinks it up again into the area and can't get a shot off. And that's more encouraging play from Chorley, though.
Yeah, now Buxton will look to break on the counter. It's Luke Brennan now down this left-hand side. He's 1-on-1 with Henley.
Takes it further down the left-hand side. Jinks back in. Options available left and right inside the box. Goes his left foot in towards the area. Headed away by Blakeman only as far as Kirby's going to go for goal. And it's in. Buxton have the opener. Bang on. 19 minutes played. Shot from nothing edge of the box.
You can't offer a player that much time and space, Pete. It's a good header away from Blakeman, but he was a free man, Connor Kirby, on the edge of the box. It was well taken, but I think that where were the Chorley players to close down Kirby? They should have been rushing out to him, but he got time to take his touch and set himself and pick his corner. It's a quality finish. Owen got a hand to it, but the power was just too much. And again, you've kind of got to question it with that scissor challenge earlier. Could Kirby still be on the pitch? You've seen referees send players off for that in the past. Not on this occasion.
Yeah, not what Chorley were hoping for. Just games brewing physically.
So gets
The tempo very high, and
getting Chorley fans probably feel a little bit frustrated with that. I think Chorley have been more on top and created some better chances. But again, if you don't take them or you don't really put a real creative threat forward, that teams will punish you for that.
so goal on Mateo got the opening goal for Kingston Town. And here at the tarmac, Silverlands, 21 minutes gone now, and Chorley find themselves with work to do. Connor Kirby's effort from about 25 yards, finding the far corner. Matt Owen did get a hand to it, but
just had too much power, didn't it? Who's curling into that top corner, and it's a well struck.
yeah, it's a great goal. And again, we've got probably the best seat in the house to be able to see it. Chorley looked to get one back straight away, and Mike Calverley heading his hands, heads the ball into the arms of a grateful True Grant. Chorley looking to respond quickly.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if Chorley can respond in this first half. We've done it plenty of times this season, but again, we'll need to see that determination like we've seen in this first half already. It's not been a bad first opening 20 minutes from Chorley here at all. It's just not really just fallen the right way so far. The ball goes all the way back to Grant, plays it out wide to Mann. Plays it over the top. It's a common theme here for Buxton.
Brennan versus Ellis is the challenge. Brennan looks to keep it in, and Ellis had to be careful with his feet there. Just pulled out at the last, and surely he'll get a throw.
I've got to say, for the goal, it was good work from Luke Brennan down that left-hand side. He just waited, and then put that ball in. Caused Chorley a bit of issues, and again, he will be a tricky player. He's a tricky player to look out for, and Chorley will have to be at their best to keep him quiet here.
Well, Chorley opening up on the counter. Faulkner touches a bit heavy, and Grant now under pressure from Whitehouse, and Grant lumps it long, and it's a searching ball, and luckily Chorley come out on top with it with Warren Clark. Finds Calverley.
Grant goes long again. Ellis heads it. Whitehouse thinks he's offside, so leaves it. And Grant reclaims it again.
It's really interesting to see Billy Whitehouse, the player furthest up, and Cole Hall now occupying that right-hand side. Clear intent that Buxton wants to keep hold of the ball as much as they possibly can, but surely wanting to press.
I think that's probably the aim, Pete, now, is just to frustrate Chorley. They've got that lead. They can hold on to it now. They'll move the ball and they'll search for that second and try and be a bit more comfortable.
And it's interesting that, Chorley will want something out of this game. They want a reaction. They want something, ideally, before half-time. As ball's played over the top, finds Tommy Elliott. Comes inside, but dealt with, although the clearance is poor. And now Brennan's digs out the cross, and this time it's Mark Ellis who's forced to clear it away.
And they're really utilising that over the top at the minute, aren't they? It's just literally a few passes around the back, they spot a run, go for it, and so far the accuracy off the passes have been pinpoint, and they're claiming every single one.
Well, it's interesting. Obviously, Buxton, a very dynamic, creative, fluid team, one we talked about before, but a team that goes without saying, because of that maybe, they lack height. They don't have a particularly tall team. Surely, definitely the more physical outfit, definitely the stronger outfit, and the taller outfit is Warren Clark's just slipped. And Joe Nolan has caught his man, and I think, Joe Nolan's going to be booked on 25 minutes for the challenge on Elliott. 25 minutes gone here at the Tarmac Silverlands. It's Buxton 1, Chorley 0. Connor Kirby's effort from distance has the hosts in front. Chorley looking to respond quickly, but will now have a set piece to defend from as Joe Nolan's gone into the book. So, looks like it's Johnny Johnston, I think, over it. Can't quite make out his number, but no, it's not. It's Ollie Ewing over it on the right-hand side. Swings it in. Headed up and away by Wilson and Henley. Now Lasala's got it with Joe Nolan looking to press, but having been booked, we'll have to be a bit careful. And Buxton again looking to go back and content to keep the ball, Ryan.
Yeah, it's just frustrating to watch a little bit now because they're just keeping the ball, aren't they? And Chorley aren't able to get a hold of it. It feels like after the goal, it's Chorley now need to probably get into their own little rhythm, keep the ball for a little bit, settle down the nerves because these players know the pressure they're under. It's playing for a playoff place, and
Well, I mean, it goes without saying, obviously, got behind, but Chorley supporters not making an awful lot of noise at the moment. And times like this when they do go goal behind, it's when you probably need them the most. You need them on the road. Those numbers that have travelled, and big numbers, might I add.
getting as it stands, Chorley have dropped out of the playoff places down to 8th. Well, Buxton move up into the playoffs into 6th. So
Over the top ball works again nicely for Brennan. Opens up his body, goes for goal, and time it's wide. But that over the top ball, as we said, Ryan, is causing a few problems for Chorley at the moment.
yeah, it just seems either Chorley need to drop a little bit or just sort out this line. Every single time it's either the goalkeeper now, Drew Grant getting involved. See all the Buxton players just applauding him there. And you just see it's either the centre half or the goalkeeper just pinging it over the top, and it's working for fun.
A long kick over from Irwin, goes towards the head of Cole Hall, who just about meets that, and Burton leaves it for Tree Grant to come and claim. And to be fair, he didn't claim it with an awful lot of conviction, but interesting that Grant happy to put the ball down and let his defenders play rather than go long. Pull that though from Faulkner, giving the ball away to Nolan. He finds Horbury, he looks for Whitehouse. He's got a job on his hands to keep the ball in, and he can't. And I think maybe that's sometimes where this surface, I guess, can play for or against you, because it just wouldn't stop. It wouldn't slow down. And sometimes you almost rely a little bit on the surface to sort of give you a bit of a helping hand to just calm it down. But Whitehouse, he tries, he may do. And the ball from Horbury was definitely the right one. This time again, Lasala gives the ball away. Clear foul from Lasala. And this has to be a yellow card as well.
And it looks like it will be.
Yeah, Demi Lasala into the book on 29 minutes. That's a clear foul on Clark, who, again, that's where Buxton seems to be letting themselves down. That's where Buxton letting themselves down. When they're trying to play the ball slick and quick, they give the ball away like that, and it gives Chorley an opportunity.
You just feel like if you're the manager, you're probably just saying, just keep these long balls going. It's working every single time. I'm not sure if just the pace of the Chorley back line, which is
watch here in the box, Mark Ellis and Bobby Faulkner battling away together. Lots of pulling, lots of shoving, and the referee now, I think he's spotted it, and he's going to go over and have a word.
We're just telling Ellis to keep his hands down. Same to Faulkner.
Let's see what ensues this time around. Blakeman delivers it in. It's headed up in the air, and this time he gives it against Chorley, and just see Oren Willis
again
alongside us in the freshmen's, Ryan, and just saying, as we've mentioned so many times for so many games, so many weeks throughout the season, any kind of contact, oh, there you go, foul. And it's just be silly because
They don't give it in any other areas
It
of the
ruins it.
pitch.
It
Ever-
ruins it. There was nothing that we could have done otherwise there, and there was no fault of Chorley's own there, but was given the foul, and now Buxton an opportunity to build from the back once more.
It's just every single time you see either the goalkeeper or a defender go down in the box. This applies for Chorley as well, because we've had decisions as
Yeah.
well. You see a referee always blow.
Good
What
press.
kind of contact are they seeing, which is so different to what we are seeing? Again, the referee is given an advantage.
Yeah. Burton on the ball now, goes back to Ewing, and Whitehouse is putting him under a bit of pressure now with man on halfway.
Again, this is the kind of position which they like to be in. They'll play it across the two centre halves, and then one will play it over the top, just baiting that press. And Cole Hall's got to work. He's working hard, but he needs that support, that second man, just to help put that Buxton back line under pressure.
See, this is again where you've got Grant, he plays the ball down, he doesn't go long, and he's looking for that pocket of space. Ewing drops the shoulder, and to be fair, some of the play is nice on the eye, but what you do have to remember as well, Buxton in a full-time outfit this season, will have had more time to prepare than Chorley, but the game's not won and lost yet. That's a great ball over the top, though, to find Tommy Elliott down the left, and his touch has let him down, though, and now Irwin will have a goal kick. 31.5 minutes gone here at the Tarmac Silverlands. It remains Buxton 1, Chorley 0, thanks to Connor Kirby's fantastic opening goal.
Got to say, Grant as well. We can remember his performance at the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium. It wasn't a goalkeeping masterclass, shall we say, but you can see here the difference in style of the pitch is much more suited to him. He's a goalkeeper. He's trying to be a modern day goalkeeper, comfortable playing with the ball at his feet, but maybe he's not that comfortable when it comes to the actual shot stopping especially on corners. We saw it time after time, airily claiming. That is what Chorley have probably got to exploit in this game today.
Unlucky there from Calverley, and
it's a head injury.
Now look, they stopped the play as Buxton were looking to counter quickly there. Chorley, I think, had it under control, but referee Alexander Beckett has stopped play. While he has stopped play, let us know where you're listening in from this afternoon. For those of you who've not made the journey over to Buxton, whether you're in Scotland, whether you're in Spain, whether you're in Bermuda, Barbados, let us know. Elsewhere, National League North, all goals scoreline stay the same. Just the one here, obviously in favour of the hosts. One for Darlington against South Shields, and one for Kings Lynn at home against Scunthorpe. So, not an awful lot to write home about in National League North. As again, stoppage in play here at the moment for a head injury.
Just seeing Henley getting some instructions here in Whitehouse for pre-seat. Just wonder what they're saying here. Just maybe I think Henley's just showing a bit of frustration about the balls over the top. They're not being dealt with as probably as nicely as that what they probably would have expected. But again, I think there'll be a good team talk at half time. Andy Priest does well with these half-time team talks. Always see Chorley coming out a little bit different, a little bit more confident.
Maybe a change at half-time. Very rare you see Andy Priest go to the bench at half-time, or will he just stay as he is and
again, he's very confident in the team that he always sets out, doesn't he? It's very rare that we actually really do see a substitution as well. I think, remember Chester, he didn't make a single substitution. It was that confidence in the team because the team was playing so well that day. And you can just sometimes you don't want to risk bringing on that fresh pair of legs, which would maybe change the game for the opposition. But again, we've got names on the bench who can change the game in different ways. Tom Carr, Mamadou Toure, Jack Moore, Courtney Senior, Jack Leckie, centre half. Again, these are names that can all change the game.
Looked like there was an elbow left there on Scott Wilson, but
Clark gives it away.
Continues, chance here for Buxton, and good defending by Warren Clark. He gave the ball away initially, but fought his way back in to win the ball for Chorley, and gratefully into the arms of Irwin, who quickly goes to play it long towards Hall. It looks like Whitehouse he's
Sorry.
done well, actually, Billy Whitehouse, to keep the ball in. Burton, his opposite numbers, trying to keep it. And now Whitehouse has managed to keep it. Good trickery, and he's just put it through the legs of Burton. And then he's been caught by Kean Coleman, but really nice, intricate play from Whitehouse.
That reminded me of Kennedy in the FA Cup for Chelsea. He did that little flip-flap nutmeg. It's brilliant from Whitehouse to do that little bit of trickery. Again, that's what you can bring to this Chorley team. Cole Hall's gone down. Seems like Kieran Burton just maybe left one in on Cole Hall in the air there, and left maybe one to the back of the head. Cole Hall a little bit shaken up by that.
Yeah, being caught, and again, is it to be another set piece? I can't. Did he flag for a free kick, or is it a drop ball?
I think it might just be a drop ball potentially.
I think he.
Again, surely keep the ball, but again, he's asking for more.
telling Brennan to go away, and Henley will try and loft the cross in. He doesn't get probably the contact he wanted, and Brennan geeing up the Buxton players to drive on forward as Irwin gets it all the way back, and now Nolan dicks the ball over towards Cole Hall, and Ethan Mann this time leaving one on Cole Hall. Warren Clark judged to a foul on halfway, and
again, that's a tackle which I've seen plenty of times this season when a player comes from behind but wins the ball cleanly. I don't know how you can give that as a foul there. He won the ball first and then the man fell, and referee again just giving a comfortable foul there for Buxton. It's just surely just not getting on the right side of the decision so far, and that can happen in games like this. Brennan now on the ball. To the free kick, goes all the way back once again to Faulkner, who goes back to Grant, then out to Mann. Again, over the top attempts, and
that's where they get it wrong. You know, they put themselves under all that pressure. And it is, to be fair, Buxton do have a lot of players who've come through, you know, Premier League academies and high-end youth level players where they probably are taught to play the ball on the floor. They probably are taught to be intricate and to be technical, and some of it, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's probably why Buxton are in the position that they are, because it doesn't always come off. You know, you're going to play teams like Alfred and Town, you're going to play teams like Marine, you're going to play teams who are nitty gritty and hard to break down, and probably one that surely feel like they are themselves. And you know, obviously the goal from
it's a world
Kirby was just a fantastic finish from the edge of the box, shot from nothing. George Horbury.
Again, it's just a lot of fouls which we have seen on other days, just not given, but given today. It's a bit of consistency and probably not been found here yet.
A bit frustrating, and Mann, not sure what that was.
Just
like he tried to spread the play wide from the free kick, but eventually it bends into the arms of an uncontested Matt Irwin on his own in goal, and time goes long towards Hall. He's battling away with Mann, and Mann gets it, and I think
Whitehouse lets it run out.
Just can't see from where we're sat in the press box the vantage point, but after 38.5 minutes, Ryan, it's the first long throw opportunity for Chorley of the game.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. You never really see players leave a situation like that to let the ball run out for a throw-in, but because of Blakeman's ability, you can do that, and he will go long on this attempt. Nolan offering short.
So if it comes from Blakeman up in towards the box, half cleared, Blakeman will do well to win it back a second time. He does. He swings it back in. It's headed up by Calverley, touched on by Wilson. Lasala's under pressure. Lasala goes down. And now Buxton, it's a 2-on-2. Ball over the top. He's not got it right, though. And you can hear the Buxton fans' frustration because it's a 2-on-2 there as the rain starts to fall here in Derbyshire.
I've got to say, Pete, I think their game plan, they seem much more threatening when they can break on the counter-attack because they've got that pace, they've got the forwards who have got that ability to win that one-on-one battle. But they're trying to do this game plan where it's nice and slow. But here you go. Brennan down this left-hand side.
Brennan down this left-hand side versus Wilson. Cuts inside. Picks out Ewing. He's on the turn and he's one inside a corner. Elsewhere, South Shields have equalised against Darlington at Blackwell Meadows. No other goals elsewhere, though, to report at the moment. So, just over 40 minutes gone here at the Tarmac Silverlands. Remains Buxton 1, Chorley 0, thanks to fantastic goal from the Buxton captain, Connor Kirby. Brennan's over there with Ewing to take the corner. Referee Alexander Beckett stopping play once more here. I think a bit of pushing and shoving inside the box. He's having a word with Scott Wilson. So corner to come in now from Brennan. It's an in-swinger. It's lofted high. It's headed towards goal and then eventually cleared. And now Kirby's got it. Finds Lasala White on the side. Crosses first time, headed away by Wilson. Kidderminster have hit the front against Rush All Olympic. Huge goal for Phil Brown's side as header was looping Ryan, but never going to beat Matt Irwin.
No, almost looked like it came off the shoulder a little bit there, but yeah, comfortable throw, and it would have had to be a special header to beat someone from nearly outside the box with a header like that to beat Irwin. Oh my!
Oh no, you can't. He's going to stop playing for this, isn't he? Oh.
It's just two players contesting in the air, and because he's shouted and he's
not giving a
hurt.
foul for it,
No.
but it stops the play and it just frustrates Chorley further.
Again, this AstroTurf is obviously not nice to probably fall on. I can imagine that, but he's a big lad. Is Faulkner? I'm sure he's a tough cookie, and I think he'll carry on.
That's a FIFA line if I've ever heard one, Ryan. And
that's why I brought it out. And all those FIFA fans, I'm sure they appreciate that one. Blakeman, though, another chance for this long throw.
Up it goes towards Ellis. He's in there with Burton. He's pulled down. Play continues, though, as Buxton hook it clear. But it will be another Chorley throw.
Again, you've sort of got to question that in a way. It was two players on Ellis, one in the back and pushing him down. And you can argue that can be a foul on another day kind of thing, but not on this occasion. It would have been a soft penalty, I do have to say. But
down the line it goes, and Chorley will just take the territory. Blakeman is going to go over, and that means only one thing. Ellis is going up. And you just notice here, if we think, well, I was going to mention to you about the Marine game in terms of the throws. Obviously, you weren't there, but the way that it's situated at the moment is Chorley far higher than they were against Marine in this sort of situation for the throw. So, interesting, maybe a tactical ploy. Blakeman delivers a throw long. It's up towards Ellis. It finds Whitehouse eventually, touches it down, inside, outside. Going right. Billy needs to get a cross in here, really. Say that, and he's given the ball away.
Again, he had the opportunity to play it down the line to Blakeman. He thought better off it on that occasion. We know he's a tricky winger, but sometimes you've got to choose your
just needs to find the box there and put the ball in. Incidentally, it looks like the Kidderminster Harrier goal is being chalked off. Down the line towards Ellis, who trying to keep the ball in, but he can't. 43, touching 44 minutes here. Remains Buxton 1, Chorley 0 as the Chorley supporters just beginning to raise the decibels a little bit.
That's what they'll need to do to give Chorley players just that little bit of a lift. You can just see the difference it can make to a team. They're far more energised. They'll run that little bit more when the fans just do that. Oh, and it's a high boot, and it will be a foul. Not sure what Johnny Johnston is really complaining about there. It's a very high boot indeed. Studs, and if Warren Clark went for that, that could have been a really nasty one.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You've got to give a free kick, and Johnston, yeah, he's got the right to go for the ball, but when you put your foot that high and you put yourself in that situation, You're asking for trouble, and Blakeman, another set piece opportunities. We're just ticking on towards half time.
Again, it would be crucial for Chorley. You're going to see the fourth official indicate how much time will be added on
Blakeman
here.
swings it up over towards the back post. It's looping, and 2 added minutes. Set piece opportunity goes begging.
Again, nobody really attacking that, but it was a ball which really didn't float towards anyone either, did it, Pete? So it wasn't. With Blakeman's quality this season that we have seen from him, I think he'll be disappointed with that one.
Yeah, you know, Blakeman, you can't fault it in that 20 plus assists.
Yeah. He has been the main creative output this season for the Magpies. Been so reliant on his crossing and his long throw. It's
Headed from Cole
valuable.
Hall, man has to clear. Blakeman there in tight, good touch from Hall.
Again, more caught out the Chorley players. I wasn't really expecting that cheeky little flick, but Irwin's now got the ball. He'll go long again.
Yeah.
Whitehouse has got a battle.
Burton forced ahead, touchdown from Brennan. In goes Horbury. You just see George Horbury there, bit of needles. Having a word with Luke Brennan, who's just gone down like a sack of spuds. Jeff Clark, come on lads, let's have one before half time. Well, Jeff, we've got about 44 seconds or so before the whistle will be blown for half time, and maybe one last chance as Horbury tries to put it forward, and now good touch in from Marquez defensively. It will be a Buxton throw.
You can just see, though, the difference the surface has made for this Buxton team. They are a little bit more comfortable on the ball. They're not really too threatening, but when they do play that long ball over the top or flick on like this with Wilson has to deal with, does well. Done really well, in fact.
Some
But
really good defending there from Scott Wilson, and maybe one more chance for Buxton. Kirby looked like he was going to line up the shot, didn't though, went wide to Lasala. Down the right he goes, swings the ball in, and goal kick in the eyes of the assistant referee.
Again, it'll be an interesting to see the team talk at half time here for Andy Priest, what he'll maybe look to tweak on the tactics side of things, what he might change, if in fact he will change anything, because, you know, it's been a close affair and that's a half time whistle.
Yep, that'll do it for the opening 45 minutes. It's Buxton 1, Chorley 0. Connor Kirby's 25-yard shot gave the hosts the lead in a game that hasn't had many chances, but has had a lot of fouls, a lot of stoppages, and has been probably frustrating for both teams. But it's the hosts who edge it at the break, and sure be looking to come back in this one with a better second half.
What?
If anyone's got any questions for us at half time, let us know. But other than that, go and grab a brew, grab a biscuit, whatever you fancy, and we'll be back very shortly. Great to see the comment there from Roger Hall, Cole's dad. Obviously in the stands today, Roger. Cole told us before the game. Don't know if he caught it on commentary earlier, but of course, a long, long way to come from Bermuda. Hopefully you're having a good time. We're in the UK. Quite a subdued mood at the moment here at the Tarmac Silverland. It looks like a lot of the Chorley supporters have gone and grabbed a drink and just talking off air between ourselves. Maybe a few changes in the offing for Andy Priest's side. We've got Jack Leckie and Jack Moore warming up together, Courtney Senior and Mamadou Toure warming up together. But one interesting player who isn't out warming up at the moment is Tom Carr. Remains to be seen if Andy Priest has got a plan for players to come on in the near future. Yeah, just a comment from Daniel. Disappointing first half by the sounds of it. Not an awful lot to write home about in truth. We've just been going through some of the stats, and Buxton's really only effort at goal was the goal, and Chorley have been limited to very little in terms of testing Tree Grant. Mike Calverley's header, probably the best effort of the half, and that was a fairly routine save for the goalkeeper. Comment from Super Duck the game at the moment. If the score stays the same, Chorley fall out of the playoffs. Yeah, they do at the moment, but still a lot of football to be played. 2 more games after today's, another 45 minutes of football here in Derbyshire. So still very much all to play for, and of course all stars align for Monday's huge home game where we're going to need as many supporters as possible. Get behind the lads. It has to be said again, support today here from a Chorley point of view, fantastic. Tom Carr is now out, get himself stretched and warmed up on his own. Toure and Senior playing together, and Leckie and Moore just playing a few ping passes across the field. A comment from Sandra. Yeah, we're doing our best as much as we can. Trying to give it the visual descriptions for you guys who are at home or wherever you may be as best we can. Again, trying to be as positive as we can in the game this afternoon, and be hoping, as you will, I'm sure, at the other end, to have a bit more to celebrate into the second half. Whether we can help the team score 2 goals or not is a different story, but we'll certainly do our best. And as always, we'll get the thoughts of Andy Priest after the game, which will be over on our YouTube channel. And hopefully, the scoreline will be different to what it is at the moment. Yeah, not to worry, Derek. We've just changed the volume. Great to have you with us as well, Keith, from the Chorley FC Community Foundation Community Friendship Group. Just see David Airy, though, our club photographer, alongside Aidan Connolly. Opposite side to us as Buxton players beginning to enter the field of play. Tom Carr just being put through his paces again by the strength and conditioning coach, Christian Hughes. Chorley players yet to make their way onto the field of play just yet. Bum, 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 bum. We're just waiting on Andy Priest and his side to enter the field of play. And here comes Matt Irwin. We'll keep an eye out as to whether there's going to be any changes at the half-time interval or the restart. It doesn't look like there is going to be any changes. No changes at the break for either side. Now, Ryan, we've not had no snacks, we've not had no drinks, but we're ready for another 45 minutes of action here at the Tarmac Silverlands. What do you think Chorley need to do differently in the to get something out of the game?
I don't know. I think it's probably just getting on the ball more, being a bit more on the front foot. I think it all depends on how Chorley just react. It wasn't much to really report on. It was quite a challenge, to say the least. So let's hope Chorley can get on the ball more.
Back underway here, Buxton going to try something off the training ground from the kick-off as Blakeman instantly forced into action. He won the ball nicely, and it's that fast tempo again, isn't it, Ryan? It was a little bit how it was in the reverse fixture, and same again today at points where both teams just seem to go absolutely wild in terms of the passages of play.
Yeah, it's interesting routine anyway from
Not
from
what
Buxton.
we'd maybe describe as a more conventional, just hoof the ball long approach. It was certainly more methodical than that. Just see Jamie Vermiglio and his son Sam returning to their seats.
Just wondering now if the levels might be a little bit better. If not, I think
Yeah,
just
Derek, let us
switch.
know if the sound is better from between the pair of us. Warren
not,
Clark
just try a
battling
different
away
channel.
with Demi Luciala. Buxton still a goal to the good here as things stand. Minute into the second half as Chorley looking to get the ball down through Whitehouse. Burton challenges him, and man now punts the ball long in search of Tommy Elliott. Headed away by Mark Ellis. Headed on by Henley again into Whitehouse, who digs the ball into Burton and comes off it worse. Brennan down the left-hand side for Buxton. Comes inside, another pocket of space. The curling shot. Oh! And again, out of nothing, it's Connor Kirby. I think, was it Kirby or was it Elliott?
There's a whisker away as what it was, though, wasn't
Very
it?
close to Irwin scampering to get down low. Eventually ended up wide, but when the ball was hit, it looked like it was going to sail more out for a throw-in, and then eventually just whizzes past the post. Cole Hall battling away with Bobby Faulkner, and he's calling on for a bit more from the referee as Lasala comes back in.
No, that should be looking a little bit better now.
Just change the volume again there as Hall flicks on towards Clark. We're just viewed obstructed. Clark's still got it, gone down inside the area. A few shouts for a penalty, but probably more shouts in vain than more than anything else. This is again, Ryan, is where Buxton just looked to try and control it a little bit more and just try and keep hold of the ball, frustrate Chorley. And again, Grant plays it short to Mann, goes back to Faulkner. And
Again,
Ollie Ewing comes deep again, trying to keep hold of the ball, and this is where Buxton looks to build. Good touch from Brennan, good defended by Henley. He's pulled down, and it's a clear foul. It's a clear foul from Brennan on Henley, but allows the play to continue. Thanks, Derek. Much appreciated. Anything like that. Good play this from Ewing down through the centre. To pick out a teammate, but the pass was off. Elsewhere, National League North, Brackley Town have hit the front. Incidentally, it was the 4th minute of added time. That one, George Carline, with another goal for the Bucks. As things stand, it's currently state of play. Kidderminster top, Brackley second, and Scunthorpe down to third, Ryan. So it just goes to show how quickly things can change in this league.
Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it? 1 minute, you're leading the league. Next minute, you're down to third. It's just incredible to see just how competitive this league is. I know we're currently 6th, I believe. We can go back up, all the way back up again. So
headed up by Ellis. Good header, good play from Warren Clark. Wins the ball, finds Blakeman. Down line, Cole Hall pulls to the floor. Again, Bobby Faulkner just keeps making these needless fouls on Cole Hall.
You do wonder how long it'll take before the referee maybe gets involved here and really, gives a foul.
This is what happened in the reverse section. There was these accumulation of fouls from Faulkner and Burton, and eventually were booked. So Blakeman delivers the resulting free kick over, finds Ellis, flicks it across the box, touchdown from Clark, and now Buxton tried to come away with it, but Warren Clark's there. He's sandwiched between 2 Buxton players, and eventually the hosts look to clear it. Horbury, good challenge from George Horbury.
Horbury desperate there.
George
for the foul.
Horbury absolutely furious with something there. I'm not sure if he was furious with the linesman, if anything, right?
Yeah. Because he thought he won the ball onto the man. Linesman didn't agree with him on this occasion. But again, it's a good start to the second half. It's a bit more positive on the ball here from Chorley. Billy Whitehouse does well. Nolan just complaining about the ball, and now Buxton can break. Ellis just caught out a little bit.
Down the left-hand side, comes inside, has a shot. Brennan has got it, though, for the Bucks. Inside he comes, goes back left to Burton.
It's so much time there to deliver ball in, opted against it. Brennan, though, plays a smart ball in, but again, that surface working against them this time, similar to what Chorley tried to do in the first half. Nice little ball in behind, but because of the surface, skids out.
It's interesting at the moment. One big game in the Championship at the moment is Norwich 4. What Norwich won, Portsmouth 4.
Wow.
But Portsmouth looking to dig themselves out of trouble towards the bottom. And again, just goes to show at all different types of levels how much a win can do to help you. Cole Hall now with a good touch down the left, and his second one, though, lets him down and left frustrated is Cole Hall.
Yeah, I think the Chorley players might just need to get their head up a little bit. It just seems like playing with a little bit of, I don't know, frustration, but potentially.
Just needs that little sort of creative injection, isn't it? A little bit of, I suppose, maybe not as easy to say, but a little bit of, fight. Take the game to Buxton, really, more than anything else. And, it's fair to say Buxton have made quite a few individual errors in the game, but surely can't rely on those individual errors. And there again, Ryan, it's just where lacking that bit of quality. Good turn, though, from Joe Nolan through the middle. And in that instance is where you don't get the rub of the green, because he makes a really good turn, pirouettes it round, and then comes away without the ball. Grant plays it long this time towards Johnston.
You've seen now, I think the pressure now, this probably was a little bit of the halftime team talk. Put Grant under pressure. He's massively feeling it now in this second half. Again, you're just seeing he's been forced to go long. He's not comfortable going short.
Down the
when
line
he's
it
under
goes,
pressure.
good from Blakeman, finds Hall, up in the air from Clark, he's battling away with Lasala, down the left-hand side again. Clark sandwiched between two Buxton players, and
Okay, you're just seeing that final third is just not going Chorley's way right now. It's just whenever the player gets on the ball, a Buxton player either swarms him or it's just not, the touch isn't there, is it? It's just a little bit frustrating.
Faulkner goes long again towards Elliott. Elliott's battling away, wins that one, flicked up backwards from Calverley, and it's a bit of head tennis at the moment as Clark tries to find Hall, but he can't. Elliott gets time to put the ball down, and Scott Wilson on halfway. Red card in the National League North for Needham Market away at Peterborough Sports.
No, bit under pressure here. But Chorley get away with it. Again, it was high pressure from Buxton. I think it was Johnny Johnson there, just getting towards Blakeman, but again, just got lucky on that occasion.
Yeah, it's just, again, Chorley just frustrated, if anything, at the moment. Irwin goes long towards Warren Clark and Cole Hall. Good header from Warren Clark, and Cole Hall looking to win the ball back. Warren Clark's won it there. Good play from Warren Clark down the left. Cuts the ball in towards the box. Whitehouse is there. Still alive. Henley digs out the cross. And lacking quality there in the cross. Adam Henley scratching his head. It was really good play from Warren Clark down the left.
Just no player is just unfortunately in the position to really meet these crosses. Like, there was a good ball in from Clark, but nobody was there to pounce home. It's just very frustrating at this moment in time.
It's just proving really frustrating at the moment. There's Blakeman there. He's just headed the ball up, and then you've got Buxton player claiming for a foul, not given, and
he gets up instantly. Elliott after that one.
And this is where Chorley again looking to press high, looking to try and win that ball back while Buxton trying to frustrate. That long ball's played over the top in search of Johnston, and can't keep the ball in. Irwin again goes long. Hall battling away with Faulkner, falls nicely to Horbury this time. It looked like it was destined for Clark, but this time he's been beaten to it. Blakeman looked like he'd left there one there on Johnny Johnston, Ryan, and the Lions haven't spotted it and gone back for a free kick.
Yeah, free kick for sure. It's just a little bit frustrating. I think that's just Blakeman just bowling over a little bit of frustration there, but it is what it is. Again, Chorley know they've got work to do. They need to get on the ball, frustrate Buxton a little bit, move the ball around them, and
yeah, I guess that instance from Blakeman is probably a little bit of a sly one where he's trying to get away with it, where hopes that the referee won't see it. The referee didn't see it, but unfortunately for him, the linesman did.
Henley wins a header. Horbury going to contest the second ball, does win it. Hall's got work to do.
Battles away again in midfield, and Ethan Mann, the centre half, comes out better off. Brennan driving through the middle this time.
So it's all the way back to Grant, and this is where the frustration just starts to build up. They play it out the back again. It's nice and slow, but then this time they're looking to move the ball
forward.
That
from Calverley to break up the play against Ewing.
Calverley working so hard in the midfield.
Yeah, look at him go. He's relentless, and eventually that's what's sold. Yes. Buxton have given the ball away, and it's given Adam Henley a bit of scope to try and break away. And now Nolan finds Whitehouse down the right-hand side, right in front of the Chorley supporters over on that far side. Outside he goes inside Whitehouse and loses out, and Buxton have got a goal kick.
Again, it's just relentless pressure which needs to be, which is working. When Chorley working as a group, as a unit, to put these Buxton players under pressure. Buxton do tend to collapse a little bit. They make those sloppy errors. They make that big touch. You know, they make a pass which they shouldn't probably be making. And that's probably what Chorley need to do a little bit more, Pete, is just keep that pressure up. And that can really just cause them issues.
Elsewhere in National League North, Hereford have taken the lead in their game against Leamington.
But also, I've got to say, it is a lot easier said than done keeping up that pressure for 90 minutes, running non-stop. But Chorley players are very, very fit, to say the least. They are able to
very
play
hard
90 minutes comfortably.
A goal kick, and just hear the Buxton supporters making a lot of noise at the moment.
Again, they're probably over the moon. They're currently in the playoff places. They might not have expected it this season, considering where they finished last season.
Bang on the hour mark is being ready to come on. Who will he come on for?
And Courtney Senior as well.
Senior and Carr, Andy Priest. Blinks first. In terms of changes,
I think we could be seeing Whitehouse make an exit here. Chorley now down to 8th. Buxton move up to go
there's
to 7th.
one change. Whitehouse off, Carr on, and the other, just await confirmation, it's Joe Nolan coming off.
So it seems like Horbury will move a little bit deeper potentially, and Senior Carr might drop in. It looks like a 4-2-4, I think, Pete, is what we've probably changed that system to. Much more attacking.
So certainly, as you say, possibly a 4-2-4, but attacking from Andy Priest. Straight away, Carr in on the action, wins the header, and Calverley breaking free. Will have a chance to go for goal here, goes for it, and
Senior
the first effort on goal, the second half from Mike Calverley. It goes close. It forces a good save out of Grant, although it's not towards the corner, but he's got to make the save.
Yeah, but that's positive though. You're already seeing the impact of Carr. Again, I've said it a few times, and I do feel a little bit bad. He's not the tallest of players, but he wins so many headers, and that's what he offers. It's exactly what we need right now, and Cole works really well off him. They've got a very good understanding of one another, and you're already seeing the benefits of that, and Calverley can be freed up with it as well.
Some card.
Just a little bit of a nudge in the back. I've got to agree with the referee on that one. That was a
frustrating,
foul. But again, I was just looking back at that incident where Calverley had that option to play Senior through. I think he did probably take the right option, but again, when you have that look back, you think maybe he could have played it, but it wasn't a bad effort, and that'll do the team some confidence the way they
I think he had
Buxton.
You know, it wasn't the case of, you know, he saw his name in lights. He had every right to go for it. It's Buxton now, broken free. What's the box time? Still, how has he got away with that one? Buxton just couldn't sort themselves out there as the ball broke free, edge of the box, headed away by Wilson, still alive. Lasala's got it.
They just reset.
Maybe a bit of a let-off there for the Magpies. Because I think on another day...
And the press there from Cole Hall, the presser, man, got under it. Sorry, it wasn't man, it was Faulkner. You just see the press from Hall, and he panics. He goes
Good play from Cole Hall. That time, though, against Faulkner. Again, Warren Clark doing well down that left-hand side.
This is our Buxton player
again,
that was a little bit of a high-mouth moment when that ball over the top, and it seems like Ellis was in a bit of a foot race, but thankfully went into the hands
that's where the pitch, the surface comes to almost benefit you in that because it does ping up, but it does bounce. Got it with you. Lasala heads to find Johnston, battling away with Blakeman and Clark well to win it back. Done again, second time Horbury now. Carrying the ball nicely, driving through, but Ollie Ewing this time gets it. Play from Horbury, that time to win it. And again, Clark looks to beat Lasala. Tries to drive it down the line, but concedes a throw. And surely looking to offer a bit more for sure in the last 10 or 15 minutes and since the restart, right?
Yeah, it's just seeing that change of system. I think Buxton have probably reacted to the change as well. They know what Tom can do. Again, Chorley just needs to keep this pressure up. A little push in the back on Kai. He won his header, but Luciano was there to pick up the second ball. Horbury applying that pressure. Now, again.
Calverley through the middle of midfield. He plays the ball over. It's towards Tom Carr, headed away by Faulkner. And this time, Calverley does really well in the end to win the ball back. This is a good spell for Chorley at the moment as Tom Carr's caught by Lasala.
Again,
we don't need
a yellow card as well, Luciano, so he's got to be careful here. Can't really run the risk of going into another one.
Kidderminster Harriers have doubled their lead at Dales Lane against Rushall Olympic. And
oh my God.
Something we mentioned there, with our man Oren Willis will tell us how many times Tom Carr's fouled. And Ryan, you've just been told an interesting stat about fouls, haven't you?
Yeah, 10 fouls Buxton have committed in total already. We're in the 64th minute. I'm sure there'll be more to go.
Blakeman puts the ball over the top and run the free kick. It's a pretty straight delivery, isn't it, that finds True Grant in goal.
Again, these floating crosses that Blakeman usually is able to deliver with pinpoint quality.
Yeah,
today, it's just not really going that way. Usually there's an Ellis or a Wilson who's just able to leap up and connect with it, but not really been going Chorley's way today on set pieces.
Not yet. Referee.
It's another foul given, so that's 11.
We'll keep an eye on the foul count and the card count.
And it's another opportunity, though, Blakeman to deliver.
Yeah, listen.
And you can't give Chorley positions
There's all
like
this
this.
talk about set piece again, ole, and Chorley scores 3 set pieces in the previous one. This time Blakeman goes short, finds Senior. Does well eventually. Looked like he was going to lose it. Kept it, giving it away this time, and there's a tangle of legs. No, he's giving it. He can't be serious there. From a neutral point of view, I don't know how the referee has seen the foul against Chorley there. It looked like coming together between both sets of players who were just tussling for the ball, and actually gives it against Warren Clark. And maybe that's the most frustrating thing, is the way that the game is almost broken down into little segments of lots of stoppages, lots of fouls, and frustrating. And we just see here Buxton taking an age to take the free kick, which they eventually do, and it's over the top. A good touch from Johnston. Gets the ball down. Still alive. Brennan. Just inside the box. Crosses. Bit of a cross. Come shot. Cole Hall. Battle away. Still got it. Oh, it just doesn't fall for him. And Burton that time gives the ball away. And Chorley opening up the game a bit here. Senior down the right in front of the Chorley supporters. Takes the cross first time. It's held on by Cole Hall, back to Senior. Crosses again. Warren Clark's there. And Chorley pushing for a way back into the game here.
Brilliant work from Horbury, who gets a cross. And Blakeman gives a foul away. But it's actually just a throw-in. Superb covering from Horbury to get across there against Johnny Johnston. But again, Faulkner and Mann just going down easily, and they got bailed out by Burton, who just got it cleared, and that was a golden opportunity there for Chorley. Now Faulkner goes back to Grant, who again plays out wide to Mann.
And there you go again, Ryan. This is where you can hear the Chorley supporters now who are starting to respond to more of the attacking intent from Andy Priest's side, especially in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's more positive. Surely again, willing to go on the board. They're pressing harder. They're moving well. But you're just seeing the movement here of Buxton. They're comfortable with every single player on the ball, no matter who they are. They're able to frustrate Chorley. Even when they press, they're just able to pass it around them. But at the same time, Chorley needs to maintain the press.
Spending more time. I've just hit the front against Scarborough Athletic. That takes Graham Lee's side up to 10th place. only a point adrift of the Magpies and Curzon Ashton as things stand. Only 2 of the top 8 currently losing at the moment, and those 2 are Scunthorpe and Chorley. That's the first Buxton change. I think it's Jeremy Lasala coming off in place of Ben Salt. Chester have hit the front against Southport, another team in and around this playoff race. They've scored, and if you're looking at the National League North table, it's a sea of green towards the top for the majority. Ball's played long by Irwin towards Hall, Carr and Clark.
Good work from Warren Clark. Plays inside to Hall, who just can't get it to Calverley, but he's done well to win the ball back on second attempt. Horbury picks
good
it
play
up.
that from Horbury. He's got to keep the ball and he's lost it. And Brennan driving forward. He's got Johnson at the back post. Will he find him? He gets it down nicely. Plays it across the box, and that's a golden opportunity missed from Johnny Johnston.
That really should be 2p. It's a golden opportunity that for Buxton. It was easy as you like. It was a brilliant run from Brennan.
Toure coming on for Chorley.
Again, I'll probably say, Pete, it hasn't really been Cole Hall's day today. He's worked hard, don't get me wrong, but just no real opportunity for him. And he has been relentless with his pressing, but he hasn't really had a goal today, which again is just not been really down to him, but it's just not been his day.
No, it's not been his day, Cole Hall. He's worked tirelessly, he's worked really hard, he's done well in patches, but maybe a chance for Toure straight away. And
again, he was quick to turn, but unfortunately there was just Burton again just coming across well and sniffing out any danger.
Yeah, and that's where Chorley looked dangerous in those pockets of just trying to transition quickly, slick, quick play.
It's another throw in here this time. Believe it's a Buxton sub. No, it's Henley off.
Adam Henley coming off for Jack Moore, and that's 4 changes made now by Andy Priest.
And this is interesting because we haven't really seen this from Andy Priest this season, really making this many changes, have we?
Not with 20 minutes or so left of the game. It's the odd one where he'll make it in the 92nd, 93rd minute, but not this early. Blakeman delivers the throw long. Opportunity now for Jack Moore. He had a chance to go in for the 50-50, and Johnston, oh dear. It's the worst. You couldn't see any really other chance there other than a goal for Buxton, as Johnston just tripped over his own legs, really. No other way to describe it.
Yeah, he just got on the wrong side of the ball. It's a ball over the top, and he was going to say it has to be offside there. And what's going on there? 18 of Kean Coleman, just getting a little bit too physical with Wilson. Referees probably have to go have a word with Coleman there. And they're all saying the offside's a lot deeper than it is, but it clearly wasn't, because Coleman was in the box, was nowhere near in the box when he was offside.
Just see a few words being exchanged between Adam Blakeman and Scott Wilson with the assistant referee. Sure, now with another throw, 73 minutes gone here at the Tarmac Silverland Stadium. Remains Buxton 1, Chorley 0, but Chorley really pushing for an equaliser here.
Yeah, they are, and I think Chorley probably, again, looking the better team, I think I've got to say, but we are looking a bit vulnerable on the counter.
Takes a throw towards the box. Doesn't fall kindly for a Chorley player, but Jack Moore's got it. Touches some senior. As well, Courtney with his feet. Down the left-hand side instead of the normal right for Courtney. And in he comes, finds Toure. Touch from Toure inside. Could have gone for goal there instead. Plays it to Horbury, and Buxton just looks to hook it clear as far as they can, and eventually ends with Moore. Giving it to Irwin. He goes first time. Senior's got it on halfway. It's not a case of throwing the kitchen sink at it just yet, but surely have certainly upped the intensity in the last 10 or 15 minutes as Mike Calvin is going to be booked for a challenge on Ollie Ewing.
Again, it's silly fouls which Chorley are giving away here. And they're frustrated by themselves more than anything. Again, we're seeing a substitution again. Key and Coleman coming off.
Be quiet today, Coleman.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he goes up in the air against Ewing again. It falls nicely to Tommy Elliott. Goes back to Kirby. Finds Salt. Giving it away, though, to Warren Clark, who's battling away, and Scott Wilson comes away and driving towards halfway. Goes back to Moore. Finds Senior one-on-one with Burton, looking to drive past and beat Burton. He's done that. Puts the ball across the box, and it's into the hands of True Grant, who just goes down, happy to take his time.
You are seeing, though, Buxton are feeling this pressure a little bit more. That's what happens when you have that little bit more of attacking threat with two strikers, two wingers. It's quite an interesting aspect of this change of shape and how it is working. The game plan that Buxton had for the opposite, the way Chorley's set up, worked in the first half comfortably. The second half, they're not looking comfortable.
When the team in Chorley here are coming at them, don't look completely comfortable, to tell you the truth. And at the moment, Buxton are having just to settle for these very open encounters on the break. As Butler there on Carr. I don't know why, especially it looked like he gave him an RKO on the weekend of WrestleMania of all times.
I was going to say, save that for the wrestling, Faulkner.
Randy Orton, or is it Bobby Faulkner? You decide.
He's got a good wrestling name. I'll give him that. And he's
built
built for it as well.
Like it. Wrestler, we've just got 77 minutes gone. Jack Heathcock says you can't lose against Buxton. Well, Chorley are certainly trying not to at the moment. They've really been knocking on the door in the last 15 minutes or so. It's Blakeman. Another free kick to deliver. Pokes it over towards the back post. Ellis is there. Ellis is up. Can't win it. Brennan's in a foot race with Senior.
Both of them got bundles.
Good challenge from Senior. He's won his side to throw as well.
Yeah, really good work. Again, just look at the intensity and a bit of the desire here from Chorley, the eagerness to get the ball back in play. It's exactly what they need to be doing right now. But again, we need that spark at the end in that final third.
Touch from Senior. Oh,
no way.
Can't keep it in.
No complaints on Senior, though, so you've got to agree with the linesman on that one. Plus, we are on the other side of the pitch, so I can't really argue for that one. And forced to go long, but
Brennan touches it down, plays the ball over the top towards Johnston. Matt Irwin, you've got to be careful there, keep the ball inside of his box.
Good kick again from Irwin. He's gone really long. And
Warren Clark's there. Is he? Oh, True Grant's gone in for it.
And again, he will stop the play because it's a head injury. So
there's one head injury, looks like, in Ben Salt, and True Grant's now, he was up and now he's gone back down again, maybe. And then there's another Buxton player. There's 3 Buxton players down, another one quite away. And this is the dark arts of the Bucks trying to buy themselves some time. As 3 or 4 Chorley players in Calverley, Blakeman, Ellis coming over to grab a drink and have a word with Andy Priest, who looks deep in thought with Chris Anderson. And what's he thinking? Has he got chance for one more change? Although it's Jack Leckie is centre half, and I must admit, I'd be quite surprised if he does go like for like with a centre half with 10 minutes to go, unless it's just a case of wanting to save a few legs.
3 physios now on the pitch. This is unbelievable.
I guess that's what you get when you're full time, Ryan.
And again, 3 physios for one player here must be a pretty serious incident. But what I've got to say is,
Hereford now 3-0 up against Leamington.
again, you would hope the 4th official here will add proper added time on it. I'd say a
Should
minimum
be
of 5.
Should be a considerable amount of time added on.
Was it 10 against Marine? I saw at home.
I think it was 10. Interesting one in the Championship. Watford have got 3 red cards.
3.
3 red cards. Oh no, sorry, 2. Just a mistake. Rush Olympic have got a goal back against Kidderminster Harriers. Near the end of the game at Dales Lane. But here, Drew Grant's back up on his feet, but Ben Salt seems to be struggling a bit. You see the chance around the ground up the Football League. We go, they say about Buxton. Well, at the moment in time, they are occupying one of those all-important playoff places, and surely have dropped out of them with 10 or 15 minutes to go here.
It's got to credit their run. You know, only 1 defeat in the last 5. 3 wins, I believe, and a draw. So, again, they're having a good end to this season, Buxton, and that's what you've got to be able to do at this level, isn't it? It's such a tight
Finish it
league.
strongly, and you've got to finish with a flurry. You know how competitive this league is, and I've been shown that at the moment.
You can't take your foot off the pedal, can you? You've got to keep it all the way. We're not saying Chorley aren't. It's just other teams have had that little bit, maybe extra spark at times, or had that opportunity which has just fallen their way. It's just at times it's just a little bit unfortunate, a little bit frustration. Because at home, it's Chorley have been one of the best teams in our league by miles. Just unfortunately on the road this season, it hasn't worked out the same way.
This is where, makes it even more important to that huge home game on Saturday. Sorry, on Monday. Saturday today is looks like Salt's being replaced. He can't continue, and Josh Papula, former Chorley player, is going to come on to replace the injured Salt. Josh Papula. Freaking out, Jeff. I'm not too sure about that. Just keep an eye on that if anything comes up on the screen. Really trying at the moment, Jeff. The team gets something out of the game. You think now after that there'll be at least 7 or 8 minutes, if not more, valid time, which will make it very nervy finish for the hosts, who are looking just to trickle their way over the line at the moment in this one. 82.5 minutes gone, and Papula straight into the action. Looks like he's handled that one, a clear handball, but said no.
And these are the decisions which the referee's just missing out on. It's just costly for Chorley. And now Buxton have a huge opportunity to double their lead.
Throw from Buxton looking to come in. And again, the decibels are up. from a Buxton point of view, the Chorley supporters over on that far side. Yeah, not too sure about the stream, why it's lagging, unfortunately. We have got full connection here at the moment, so just keep an eye on that. Nothing we can really do on this end at the moment, unfortunately, to improve that. So Irwin takes the goal kick long towards Torre, battling away with the football, the car gets up to win it, Aubrey as well, now it's on car. I think he is calling on Jack Leckie. Chris Anderson just calling him over. Question remains to be seen whether it's to get himself stripped. I think he is. I think you see Matt Swift over in the technical area.
Again, I think
gets his
it's
ball wrong.
might be the time now where Chorley are just maybe just throwing the kitchen sink at it
Yeah,
now a
got,
little bit.
like you say, there should be at least another 10 minutes added on. Well, I say 10 minutes, it's true. Grant's just gone out of his hands and got his kick wrong. And he's ended up with Warren Clark. He's played the ball through towards Torre and Burton. We're just going to look into this issue with the sound.
Just meet me, yeah.
Ryan can have a little look into it, see if there's anything he can pick up. But Jack Leckie is going to come on. He's coming on in place of George Horbury. So Jack Leckie is going to come on in place of George Horbury. Sounds what? And it comes from blaming in towards the box, and the pool are looking to break on free. 3-on-2 at the moment, Brennan. Just see any difference. Unplugged. So I think Mark Ellis looks like he's gone up front. Johnny Johnson. The referee just looked at him blatant for something. Not sure what for.
Same thing.
Really not sure what he's blaming there for. Now he's not playing again.
Still a bit laggy.
So Blakeman into the book. Chorley's third player into the book for this afternoon's game. Down the line he goes from the throw and one for Tom Carter chase from the flick of Ellis. Good header from Warren Clark and coming a bit of a physical battle at the moment. Leckie goes back to Irwin, takes a touch under pressure. Plays it down the right. But unfortunately, from a Chorley point of view, not for a Chorley player, as Buxton going to make another change. Ryan Biggers set to come on for John McGrath's team. He's going to come on in place of Johnny Johnson.
Number 29, Ryan Vegas.
Still plenty of life in the game. At the moment, 89 minutes gone here. Still, Buxton 1, Chorley 0. Ellis has gone up front. Warren Clark's got it. Finds some car and Owen. Goes long again. Search of Ellis. He flicks it on. Finds Carr. Good touch from him. Trying to get the ball out of his feet, but he can't. And again, Buxton happy just to lob the ball long. Goes Irwin. Finds Burton. Good touch from Torre. Oh, he just trying to find Carr there, couldn't. And looked like clear obstruction on the edge of the box. Forces Senior. Goes for goal. Deflects from behind for a corner. And it looked like a clear obstruction there from the Buxton player.
Yeah, it's good effort there from Senior. Just getting that strike away. You just thought, because we couldn't see, obviously, with this massive pole in the way. It might have just been flying in, but it goes for a corner.
It's only 6 minutes added. Senior takes the corner. It's an in-swinger. Goes over everyone, unfortunately. So Grant will take his time. 6 minutes added on here at the tarmac zone where Buxton still ahead by one of Kirby's early goals. Lecky, good header from him. Towards Carr, he's pushed, but play continued. Popular. Goes inside, leaves it for Wilson, who gives the ball away. And thanks, Jeff. See you on Monday. Appreciate you listening in. Hope everything's okay with you. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Buxton just taking the time with the throw, and luckily from a Chorley point of view, it's into Irwin. He's just been barged by 29 Ryan Viggers. Ellis has got. Oh, Newman gets very, very lucky there with his touch. Pula. Not being Chorley's day so far, Jeff, but still. 6 minutes to go with Carr. Finds Wilson. Chance here for Chorley, Senior. Oh, looks to dig out the cross. Looked like a clear handball, but not given.
There's been two decisions, isn't it, in the second half?
Oh, just for Pula. Talk about getting the rub of the green, then goes for an outside lobby. Past the fine Brennan. Buxton just trying to hold on to the ball here and frustrate Chorley. Blakeman goes in for a challenge, does well, wins it. And all the way, but there's Tom Carr of all people. Got to do it right. Carr is Brennan trying to win some valuable seconds, but it's been penalised. Still alive here with Tom Carr. Buxton looking to their own way and Lecky runs up and hooked it long. Cowley's got it, taking it down on halfway by Ewing. And for me, Ryan, should be a yellow card, but
Yeah,
I should that from Vickers, but
again, it's just not been Chorley's day with decisions going in their favour. You know, you get them, but on another occasion, Chorley might have got a little bit more fortunate. But Blakeman, though, on this go long.
Blakeman plays the free kick long up towards the up area, headed on by Ellis. Wilson's in there, still alive. Clark has a goal. Oh, it's just wide. The former Warren Clark goes close with inches away. You think barring a miracle, you've got about a minute to play left at the moment, Ryan, and might just be it.
Yeah, I think so. It's a frustrating one to deal with, but it's what you've got to deal with sometimes. And game on Monday is going to be absolutely massive, and surely the Magpies fans need to come in their numbers because the boys will need it to get them over the line against a very well organised Radcliffe team, which beat Chorley at their stadium. So again, massive game with even more significance now.
Goes long again. Mark Ellis has gone down inside the area. Give him for that as Cowley tries to dig out the cross. Out to the corner, but not given, and that probably will be that. Well, again, Grant's taking as long as he possibly can. That will be that. Buxton celebrating almost like they've won promotion, but not Chorley's day at the office. It's absolutely frustrating for them.
Remind that we're actually not just on Monday, was Thursday, after the town. The Farmhouse will be the Farmhouse over at Stadium. The week tomorrow up to 26, where we have to spend one together.
So, tough day at the office, Ryan, for the Magpies, but as ever, we go again on Monday when the Magpies take on Radcliffe in what will be a huge game.
Yeah, it'll be a massive game, and we'll hopefully just Chorley will bounce back because this is a tough place to come. We've experienced it with Barnsley, we've experienced it with Buxton. You mentioned about the record here. It's never really been pretty for Chorley. Again, this show today, and it's massive for Buxton, but hopefully Chorley can really bounce back on Monday.
That will be the plan, and from me and from Ryan, we'll be back on Monday for that game. I'll be here. Not sure about you, Ryan. Missing that one, unfortunately for us. Sure, Roar and Willis will be back in the hot seat, but for us both, thanks for everyone for listening in, and we'll be back in just a few days' time.